You wake up tired even after 8 hours in bed. By mid-afternoon, you're dragging, your focus is gone, your motivation disappeared, and you've been telling yourself it's just age, just stress, just life. But what if I told you that the exhaustion you're feeling every single day is directly connected to what's happening with your prostate? Most men have no idea that chronic prostate issues don't just affect urination and sexual function. They systematically drain your energy through mechanisms that are working against you 24 hours a day. Right now, your body is fighting a battle you can't see. Chronic inflammation in your prostate is triggering stress responses that elevate cortisol, disrupt sleep quality, and suppress testosterone production. All three of those directly control your energy levels. And when your prostate has been inflamed for months or years, those energy-draining mechanisms become your new normal. Understanding this connection and why addressing it changes everything could be the difference between accepting permanent exhaustion or recovering the energy you thought was gone forever. Here's what chronic prostate inflammation does to your energy that most men never connect. First, it creates a constant, low-grade inflammatory state throughout your entire body. When your prostate is inflamed, your immune system stays activated trying to deal with it. That activation requires energy, significant energy. Your body is burning resources 24 hours a day, just managing the inflammation, leaving less available for everything else. It's like running a computer with 10 programs open in the background. Even when you're not actively using them, they're consuming processing power and draining the battery. That chronic immune activation also triggers your body's stress response system. When inflammation is persistent, your body produces more cortisol to try to suppress it. But elevated cortisol has a direct negative effect on energy. It disrupts your metabolism. It interferes with nutrient utilization. It creates this constant state of being wired but exhausted at the same time. You feel anxious and tired simultaneously, which is one of the hallmark signs of chronic cortisol elevation. Second, prostate issues destroy sleep quality in ways that compound over time. If you're waking up multiple times every night to urinate, you're never completing proper sleep cycles. Your body needs to move through deep sleep and REM sleep to actually restore energy. Those cycles take about 90 minutes. But if you're being pulled out of sleep every hour or two, you never reach the restorative stages where your body does its repair work and energy restoration. Night after night of disrupted sleep creates an energy deficit that gets deeper every single day. And here's the third mechanism that connects everything. Testosterone production happens primarily during deep sleep. When your sleep is constantly interrupted by prostate-related nighttime urination, testosterone production gets suppressed. Lower testosterone doesn't just affect libido and sexual function. It has a massive impact on energy, motivation, and overall vitality. Men with low testosterone consistently report feeling exhausted, unmotivated, and mentally foggy. It's not a coincidence that men with chronic prostate issues also experience these exact symptoms. So you've got three energy-draining mechanisms all operating simultaneously because of prostate inflammation. Chronic immune activation, burning resources constantly. Elevated cortisol, disrupting metabolism and creating wired exhaustion. And suppressed testosterone from poor sleep quality, eliminating the hormone that drives energy and motivation. All three of these are direct results of what's happening with your prostate. But because the connections aren't obvious, men suffer with exhaustion for years without realizing the root cause. This is educational information to help you understand how these systems connect. It's not a diagnosis, but recognizing that your energy levels are being systematically undermined by prostate inflammation helps you understand why typical approaches to fatigue don't work. You can drink more coffee, take vitamins, try to force better sleep habits, but if the underlying inflammation and disruption continue, the energy drain continues too. Most men dealing with both prostate issues and chronic exhaustion have tried everything for the fatigue. They've adjusted their diet, they've tried to exercise more, they've taken various supplements, but nothing creates lasting change because they're not addressing the root cause driving the energy drain. The prostate inflammation continues. The immune system stays activated. The cortisol stays elevated. The sleep stays disrupted. And the testosterone stays suppressed. All three mechanisms keep operating, and the exhaustion persists. Here's what happens if these mechanisms continue operating without intervention. Your energy doesn't plateau at a lower level. It continues declining. The chronic inflammation intensifies because it's never properly addressed. The immune system gets more depleted from constant activation. The cortisol levels climb higher as your body tries harder to suppress the worsening inflammation. Your sleep quality deteriorates further as prostate obstruction increases. And testosterone production drops more significantly as deep sleep becomes increasingly rare. The energy drain accelerates over time, not stabilizes. Men who live with this for years describe reaching a point where just getting through a normal day feels overwhelming. Work becomes difficult. Relationships suffer because they don't have energy for connection. Activities they used to enjoy feel like too much effort. Everything becomes about just managing basic functions while feeling perpetually exhausted. And most still don't connect it to their prostate because the link isn't obvious. So what actually restores energy when prostate inflammation is the root cause? The only approach that works is addressing the prostate comprehensively so all three energy-draining mechanisms can be interrupted. When you reduce prostate inflammation at the tissue level, several changes happen together. The chronic immune activation decreases. Your body stops burning massive resources, managing constant inflammation. That freed up energy becomes available for everything else. At the same time, when inflammation decreases, your body's stress response calms. Cortisol levels start normalizing because there's less inflammatory threat to manage. When cortisol normalizes, your metabolism improves. Nutrient utilization improves. That wired but exhausted feeling starts fading. And as prostate-related nighttime urination decreases, sleep quality improves dramatically. You start completing full sleep cycles. You reach deep sleep and REM sleep consistently. And when that happens, testosterone production recovers naturally. When all three mechanisms are addressed together through comprehensive prostate support, men consistently report energy returning in stages. The first thing many notice is waking up, feeling slightly more rested. Then they notice making it through the afternoon without crashing. Then they start feeling motivation returning for activities they'd lost interest in. Over several weeks, energy levels continue climbing as the body recovers from months or years of resource depletion. This requires a complete approach targeting every factor. Natural compounds that reduce inflammation in prostate tissue, so immune activation decreases. Ingredients that support healthy cortisol regulation, so stress responses normalize. Support for sleep quality through reducing nighttime urination frequency. And components that promote healthy testosterone production. When all of these work together, you're removing the mechanisms that have been draining energy while supporting the systems that generate it. Results are gradual, but consistent. Most men notice the first energy improvements around week 3 to 5. Sleep feels slightly more restorative. Afternoon crashes become less severe. By 6 to 8 weeks, many report feeling significantly more energetic than they have in months or years. Motivation returns. Focus improves. That fog of constant exhaustion starts lifting. Everything improves together. Because the root cause affecting all three energy-draining mechanisms is being addressed. Expectations need to be realistic. This isn't a stimulant that forces temporary energy. This is removing the chronic drains so your body can restore normal energy production. Timeline varies based on how severe the inflammation is and how long it's been present. But the pattern is clear. Address prostate health comprehensively, and energy typically improves substantially as a secondary benefit. The alternative is continuing with all three mechanisms operating indefinitely. The exhaustion deepens, quality of life declines, and what could have been addressed becomes progressively more entrenched. In the description below, there's a link explaining a comprehensive natural approach designed to address prostate inflammation and all three energy-draining mechanisms it creates. When the root cause is properly supported, both prostate symptoms and energy levels improve together. If this described your experience with both prostate issues and unexplained exhaustion, that link explains the approach that addresses what's actually connecting them. Before you go, are you dealing with both prostate problems and constant low energy? Drop a comment. Your response helps other men recognize how commonly these issues are connected.